Yeah, we live.
All right, Khan. Hey, Shabbat Shalom. Your brothers from GMS and Wallace Camp. Come at you with another live lesson. All right. Now, before we get started, we want to give our praises to Yahweh,
Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash.
the bonds of Apostle Els of GMS, who we learn this truth from. And peace and blessings to hopefully elect that's doing the will of Yahweh Shemel Shai in faith, fear, and sincerity. All right. Now, this lesson, hey, we just want to go into it to motivate and remind, brothers and sisters that are in this truth day, hey, we need to start worrying too much about trying to better our circumstances on this side. And what is our circumstances? We're in a lower state, we're in captivity working under Esau, you know, and we get the low end of the stick on everything. But hey, at the end of the day, it was set up for us to go through that. Hey, we can't change that, you know. And what I mean by bending your situation, you basically you trying to like see things that's higher above that you need. I'm not saying that you should be homeless, and starve yourself to death. I'm not saying that. I'm saying like basically don't try to see higher than what you need. And what we need, like, we need food, clothes, in the house and everything. But yeah, don't seek above that, trying to see, you know, many houses, trying to get a bigger house, many cars, trying to mess with many women as you can and all that. Hey, you're not supposed to seek those things. You want supposed to, get what we need. That's it. Stop worrying trying to. You want to say something? What?
Yeah, I had a quick one to back what you were saying.
No, you got it.
Just real quick. This Proverbs chapter 30, verse 8. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me.
Can I read it again, Rob?
God. Proverbs 30 and 8. Remove far from me vanity and lies.
Well,
Give
yeah,
me. Oh,
that's
God.
not right there. Yeah, it said, remove far from me vanity of lies. And what is that vanity of lie? Thinking yourself that you go obtain that American dream. You know what I'm saying? That you could be on side of Esau, having the same riches as Esau. You know what I'm saying? Having riches, go have everything you want on this side, but that's not the case. That's vanity of lies. You're not gonna get it. You want to set up to get it. You'll set up to to deal with these curses, being in a lower state. Keep going out.
Give me neither poverty nor riches.
That give us neither poverty or riches. You know, it's gonna tell you in the next verse why not to give us poverty nor riches. Go ahead.
Feed me with food convenient for me.
Yeah, meaning give us daily bread that we need to help that we need to survive in this side on this side. And still be able to focus on the truth, focus on our purpose. I mean, preach this word. You also just being the truth, man. All right, go ahead.
God. And that word convenient in the Hebrew is chach, which means necessary. Okay, appointed. So you got a necessary level of food for yourself. Anything above that, as it's going to tell you in the next verse, could destroy you. Anything less than that can destroy you.
Yeah, that's right.
Verse 9, it says, lest I be full and deny thee and say, who is Yahweh?
Yeah, unless you be full, like say we get like everything, say you get this so-called American dream, like cars, money, the biggest house, fancy everything of this world. Hey, you go forget about the Lord. Hey, you go forget the fact that the Lord is really about to destroy this place. He's about to collapse this place. You go forget that, man. All right. So that's why it said right there. That's why we pray to the Lord not to give us riches. That we forget that you know, that he about to destroy this place. Keep going.
Or lest I be poor and steal and take the name of my power in vain.
Yeah, that's why scripture say not to give us a property, because then like we'll be then you go do everything trying to obtain what you those the things like food, bread, water, and everything. You go trying to even if it's just the wrong thing, you go try to obtain those things. All right, and then even with that, it'll make the Lord a liar, because the Lord say in the scriptures that He gonna take care of the righteous of men that's doing what we gotta do to please Him. That'll make a Lord a liar, but and Lord is not a liar. You know,
Yeah, just real quick. This Psalm 70, 37 and 25. I have been young and now I am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread.
that's right. Like David lived through David's life, young and old, he never seen like the righteous begging for bread. You know, everything at the end of the day, they got the righteous always got what they needed. You know, and that's it.
Yeah, at the end of the day, if you serving the Lord wants you to be in a position to serve Him. So He's gonna set you up. You know, your car might break down, you get another car. You lose your job, you get another job. At the end of the day, if you're serving the Lord's gonna have you in a position to serve Him. He's not gonna have you destitute, just downtrodden. You know, you can't, no access to internet, no access to do anything. You can't. The Lord wants you. He wants His word to go out. He wants His elect to be healed, Salaki, to be sealed. So He's gonna have His servants in a position to do that. You got
Yeah,
it.
like I say, like backs up that Proverbs 30 again, like where it say he give us neither profit or riches. Cause if he give us riches, we go forget that you know, that the Lord's right about to collapse this place. You know, cause that's even with that's why the Lord keep us like even though we as men, he keep us in a lower state because as constantly remind us that there's no continuous city, but the kingdom that's about to come, it's gonna be our kingdom, you know. It's gonna be way better for us.
Come on. You want that Esdras?
You get that?
On the second Esdras, chapter 14, starting at 14, it says, "Let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature."
God. And what's the main what is that main mono thought that burdens, you know, everybody, you know? Is that they trying to how they go figure out to take care of themselves, you know, how they try to better their lifestyle, you know, try to obtain, you know, all the riches they could get, you know, and then like where they can did it, they put them in the in the weak nature. I mean, they stretch themselves out, you know, to well like they have low self esteem themselves. You know what I'm saying? And also, eventually, like as you see, like some of these people out here, they commit suicide by not obtaining those things. So it's like that's why the Lord say, let all that go. You know, because if you get Matthew, before we continue in verse 13, you get Matthew 6.
Okay.
Uh,
This is the gospel according to St. Matthew, chapter 6, verse,
start
uh,
5.
Papa Kushal, let me start at 24.
God, you go ahead.
God says, "No man can serve two masters," and it's in red letters, the Yahushua speaking to the disciples. "No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve Yahweh and Mammon."
Yeah, that's right. You can't be in this truth and also trying to be prosperous with the wicked, you know, and it's not gonna happen. All right, that's it's not gonna happen. You gotta like love the other or hate and hate the other. I mean that's simple.
If I could say real quick, when you chasing the bag, when you in the world trying to get the highest status possible, you're eventually going to hate the truth because this truth is going to require a lot of your time. It's going to require a lot of sacrifice. So if you, let's say you one of these jakes that's trying to make it to the league, or you trying to become a superstar, even someone that wants to start a business like a business that's real. For brothers that don't know, being an entrepreneur is like you never get off work. You're constantly working. All if you're awake, you're working. So if your ultimate goal is to make as much money as possible, at some point you're gonna hate the truth because this truth is extremely time consuming. When you're not at camp, you're doing lessons. When you're not doing lessons, you fellowshipping with brothers. You got councils that just pop up that may take 2 3 hours of your time just out of nowhere. You got a set schedule. I need to make this much money. I need to hit these numbers, do this. Then you got the truth. You're gonna end up hating the truth because the truth is gonna take your time.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're in the truth, you end up hating the world, all right, which is the spirit you're supposed to be in. When
Yeah.
you serve Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, you're aggravated and agitated by everything in the society. You want it to collapse. You want Jacob's trouble. You want the calamity. You want the pestilence. You want the dollar to collapse. You can't serve both. You can't be in the world chasing money, but then you want the dollar to collapse. That doesn't go together. You're trying to make $1 million, but you also want the economy to fold. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna love one and despise the other, or you're gonna hate the one and love the other. There's no two ways around it.
Yeah. So I see. Yeah, your folks got me on one thing. You know,
Yeah,
that's what it's talking about. Like you can't just focus on trying to be in the truth and also trying to chase that bag, trying to see the riches of this world. It's not gonna happen. You gotta focus on one, and which your focus will be. Which our focus should be obtaining to stay in this truth. Not trying to seek something that's temporal. Was the riches of this world. All right, keep going up.
Yeah. Yeah, you either gonna make a choice or the choice gonna be made for you. This verse 65, it says, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what you shall eat or what you shall drink, nor yet for your body what you shall put on. Is not the life more than meat and the body than raiment?
That's right. Like that's basically, hey, y'all shy telling us, hey, don't take no, hey, don't worry about that. Don't worry how you go eat, how you go drink, how you can put clothes on your back, or none of that. Like that's gonna tell you that's why, hey, not to worry about it. Go ahead.
God says, behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much better than they? Question mark.
Yeah, exactly. Like the birds being fed by the Lord daily. You know, and then like even when you look at it, they being fed what they need. You don't see a bird trying to like, put on no clothes or trying to try on shoes. Things like that. They all they need is food, and that's what they get. So hey, same go us. Hey, laws will give us what we need, not what we want. You know, keep going.
God, we're gonna get our heart's desire in the kingdom.
And the
That's the
kingdom.
time for the want. All right, now's the time for the need. It's verse 27. Which of you by taking thought can add 1 cubit unto his stature?
Thinking on that.
And why take ye thought or raiment? Consider the illness of the field, how they grow, they toil not, neither do they spin.
Yeah,
Slack it.
yeah.
Consider the lilies of the field. Slack it.
So yeah, basically I always say Raymond basic clothes. Like why you think about why you worrying about what clothes you go well? What you about to tell you, hey, what you about to tell you, and you keep going out.
And yet I say unto you that even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these.
Yeah, like basically, yeah, like the Lord clothed the grass with light little flowers. They had lilies. Was one of those flowers lilies? You know, as that's why he brought King Solomon like as beautiful, as fancy as King Solomon's garments was. You know, it wasn't as beautiful as the flowers as the Lord had clothed the grass with lilies. You know, let's go to verse 30.
God. Wherefore, if the Most High so clothe the grass of the field, which today is, and tomorrow is cast into the oven, shall he not much more clothe you, O ye of little faith?
The Lord makes sure he clothes the grass, with flowers, beautiful flowers. How more of us? The Lord ain't for have like we're butt naked and preaching the word. That's bugness, man. All right, but hey, he go give us clothes what we need. Now it might not be, as fancy as you want to be, but hey, it's still clothes at the end of the day. You know, that's it.
God. It says, therefore take no thought, saying, what shall we eat? Or what shall we drink? Or wherewithal shall we be clothed?
Yeah, keep going. I was gonna
For
say
after all these things do the Gentiles seek. For your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of all these things.
that's right. Yeah, that's what while everybody else worrying about all this, trying to obtain what they go eat, what they go wear, and all this. Trying to seek above, what they need. Hey, one thing we need to worry about is what we need, which things we need to survive, in this captivity, you know. And then also, hey, all we need to worry about is trying to obtain obtaining the next kingdom to come. Be the first to obtain the next kingdom to come. All right. Which that's gonna tell you, verse 33.
God. But seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you.
That's right. As long as we seeking to please Yahweh Shemau Shai, Lord's gonna take care of us. That's it, man. And sooner or later, he gonna give us everything we want and desire in the next kingdom, man. And that's it. Now you go back to 2 Ezra 14, 15.
God. And that's the spirit we were just talking before the video. The Lord the Lord put you in a situation where you got to choose the truth or you got to choose work. All right.
Hmm?
Your job wants you to work Saturday. You got to choose, okay, I'm gonna take Saturdays off and possibly lose this job, or I'm gonna take camp off and keep my job.
Hmm?
Brothers that choose correctly, which is to serve the Lord give you a better job.
Yeah, that's right.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
Like,
con.
man, I'm gonna choose the truth over this job. I don't need this job. I'll take Saturdays off.
Yeah,
They're gonna fire me, whatever. The Lord give you a way better job, pay more money, and you serve him. Like that's plain.
yeah.
Right?
And then like then even that, it's not even about that. It's about trying to get all desires that we want in the next kingdom to come. You know,
Con,
because in the next kingdom and to come, Esau can't take that away. You know, and that's gonna be everlasting in our possession. You know, and that's
con,
it. Read verse 15.
con. Back in Second Esdras 14, verse 15, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times.
Yeah, like all that worrying about trying to better your life. On this side, forget about it. Only thing we need to worry about is trying to get the fuck out of here. You know, trying to get out of this captivity, be delivered. All right, how we gonna do that? By stacking up these righteous works that we doing. According to the Lord and being delivered. All right, cause it's just like even in the physical sense, like see, a bad, hometown or whatnot, you in the poor. What Jay go do? He go try to stack up money. He need to stack up money so he get out of that place. Try to move in a better, city and whatnot. So the same game goes for us and spiritually. Like we stacking up, we gotta stack up these righteous works so we able to be delivered. You know. As a matter of fact, go
Con,
back to that Matthews. Go to 19 to hold on, yeah, 19 to 20.
con. Yeah, it's a lot of meat in this Matthew 6. The brother
Most
just posted
definitely.
one on the. We're gonna get that too.
All right.
Shabbat Shalom to Yakim on the comment board. Yahweh Shem Yahshua.
One.
But it's back in Matthew 6, verse 19. It says, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal.
Yeah, and basically, like we going to that word treasure, it's basically like something that's greatly valued. All right. So basically, like in verse 19, it say, hey, lay not for yourselves no value, no lay up for yourselves value that's in this world. Because eventually it's gonna be burnt up. You know, and also like even with that, like Esau could take all these worldly possessions away from you at any given time, which
Yeah,
he's going to, especially like if you don't, follow under this NWO, and not take that Karagma, he's gonna take it eventually. So you might as well get that. Don't even value those things, But it's gonna tell you in verse 20 what we supposed to value. All right, go ahead.
just to back that up, Esau is a liar, man. He's an Indian giver, and you don't own anything here. If you're an Israelite man, you don't own your house. Okay, Esau has something called eminent domain. He could take your house at any given moment, or he could raise your property tax. Jake be like, "Oh, I paid off my house." You, you don't own your house. You don't own the colonial title. You don't own the land that it's on. You own the wood and concrete. You
Yeah,
don't actually own the house. All right, you don't own your children. All right, Esau could get in Eve's ear, play games with your children. You don't own yourself. Esau could lock you up for tax evasion. Oh, you didn't pay all your taxes in 2013. It's
yeah,
like who keeps all their receipts from 10 years ago? Esau could just make something up, lock you up, man. You don't
yeah,
own yourself here, Jake. Get this thought out of your head that you're gonna be the man in Babylon the Great while
yeah.
knowing the truth and serve the Lord. That's
Right.
you bugged out.
Yeah, like what I'm saying? That's why I say lay it not like you're not supposed to like trying to stack up all this fiat currency as you can so you can attain, as many things as you want in this world. You're not gonna get it, because it's not your kingdom, you
Yeah.
know. Yeah, like so you like what a slave that had all the riches of the world, not none. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, they not.
Yeah, if you get everything you want, how is it a punishment? How
Yeah,
how are you being punished by getting everything you want? All right. And the richest slave that we have in the scriptures is Moses. And he said he gave
yeah,
all that up to suffer with the children of the most high. So what does that tell you?
yeah.
But
Go verse 20.
this back in Matthew 6, verse 20. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal.
Yeah, so our treasure is supposed to be in heaven. Our great value. Only thing we're supposed to value is the kingdom of heaven. All right, because in the kingdom of heaven we're gonna have anything, everything we wanted, and then some. Everything we desire, even better. You know, that's why I say, but if we want to obtain it, we gotta stock up those righteous works. You know, there's that spiritual bank account in order to obtain it. All right.
Come on. It says, "For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also."
Yeah, what you value is what your what's your focus gonna be. You know, and your focus is supposed to be obtaining the kingdom of heaven, not obtaining, the things on this world. And that's it.
Come on. While I'm in Matthew 6, let me get this from the brother. This is the Lord's Prayer, Matthew 6. We're gonna start at verse 8. It says, "Be not ye therefore like unto them, the heathen, for your Father knoweth what things ye have need of before ye ask Him." Right. So when you pray, the Lord already know what you need. All
Mm-hmm.
right. He knows what you want. He knows what you need, and He knows the difference better than you do.
Yeah,
Because a lot of times Jake will confuse wants and needs. Like, I really need a new car. Do you? Do you really need it? Like, your car works, but you want a better car. That's not a need. That's a want.
yeah. Like I say, yeah. That's why I say, yeah. Be ye therefore like unto them, cause they'll seek above what they need.
Yeah.
Like Jake, then when even Jace, certain Jace or everybody, when they get money, they don't just get a car, they get more than one car, or they get a house that's way bigger than what they needed. Things of that nature. Like
Yeah.
we're not supposed to, and we only supposed to get what we need. That's it. You
I was
know.
gonna say. It
Yeah.
says, "After this manner, therefore, pray ye, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name." Again, the name is important. You're supposed to hallow the Lord's name when you pray. All right. "Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven." All right. So the kingdom is going to be on earth. All right. It's not going to be in the sky. We're not going to be floating around. The kingdom of heaven is going to be on earth. It says, "Give us this day our daily bread."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Plain.
That's
All
plenty.
right.
Huh? It said daily bread. Like only needs bread that we need today. You know. Cause that's why, yeah. Cause even let's say, yeah, think not upon tomorrow. Cause in a day, tomorrow could be, a whole different day. So hey, all we supposed to focus on the day. What we need today. That's it.
Yeah. You're not supposed to be making 20-year plans in the truth, talking
Yeah.
about a 401k, envisioning a future 20 years from now. That's bugged out, man.
Mm-hmm.
We want to be a good decade in the kingdom 20 years from now, man. That's bro. This place can't go on. Again, going back to when you go further down this chapter, you can't serve two masters. If you're really serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai and you looking forward to the kingdom of heaven, you're gonna hate this place. You're not gonna want to be here 20 years. That's madness.
Yeah. Okay, you got something up?
Kind of. Yeah, I had back in Psalms. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 22. It says, "Cast thy burden upon Yahweh, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved."
Yeah. So yeah, say cast thy burdens unto the Lord. Like things that you worry about, just tell the Lord that, man. He's gonna listen, he's gonna perform everything that you need. Now it might not be what you had wanted, but at the same time, that's what you had needed. It's he ain't gonna substitute you to being in the wrong circumstances.
God, he's gonna give you. At the end of the day, he knows his servants. He knows what we need better than we do. A lot of times, the things that we want are things that take us out of the truth,
Yeah.
and we've seen it time and time again. Jacob asks for something, the Lord will give it to him, and then they fall away more and more. But the Jakes that are the brothers that are diligent and serving the Lord, you might ask for something you think you want. Then a few years later, you look back like, man, if I'd have got what I really wanted, I wouldn't have time to serve the Lord. The Lord knows that though.
Yeah.
It's not up for us, you know.
Yeah, another thing too, you might think about something, but then like Lord might provide some a better way too, you know. And then like even with that, like, and then you gotta be patient too, cause Lord might not answer you right there enough. He might not give it to you right there enough. You have to wait till you ready for it, to receive those things.
God, it might not be your time.
Yeah.
All right. We on the Lord's timetable, not our own.
Mm-hmm.
This this the brother Tazadak. It's First Timothy 6:6, it says, matter of fact, let me start at 5. It says, perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds and destitute of the truth, supposing that gain is godliness. From such withdraw thyself. Yeah, you're not supposed to be in the spirit of, these jakes that's just trying to get it, trying to get it. There's nothing wrong with being industrious, nothing wrong with making money. But if someone's mind is fully set on making it in this world, especially now with all these prophecies going on, you got to withdraw yourself from people thinking like that. It says, but godliness with contentment is great gain. Right? These people think gain is godliness. They think, okay, the more money I'm making, the more the Lord is with me. Not realizing the more money you're making, the Lord is really putting you in a trick bag because the economy is about to collapse. You got it out.
Yeah, and then another thing too, like you can't take those things with you. And then like, hey, Scripture say, riches probably not a day of wrath.
God. It's
Then
gonna
they
say
say,
in the next verse. Yeah.
that kind.
For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. And having food and raiment, let us be there with content.
Yeah, that's basically why I said earlier, hey, we can't take this with us. So ain't no point you trying to make that your value. As we brought in Matthew 6. And the only thing for the value is things to come, which is the kingdom. Which matter of fact, Colossians 3:2.
God. Let's say what can we take with us? What's something we could take into the next world? Our works.
Our works, yeah.
Yeah. Revelation 14. Say our works follow us. But you want a Colossians what?
Yeah, 3:2.
This is the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 2. Set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth.
That's plain right there. And when you go into that word affection, it means your cares, your worries. So yeah, like I say, it said you supposed to set our minds. You supposed to set our minds on things above. Trying to attain things above. When things above is the kingdom. Or we go get everything. We'll get be rulers. With everything everyone wanted, everything we desire in this song. All right, if able to set our mind on that, try to obtain those things, not on things on earth, which temporal. The riches of this world. Think that's about to be burned up soon in nuclear missiles. All right.
God. Yeah, the things, going back to Matthew 6, the things in this world are all temporary. They could all be destroyed. Esau could take them for no reason. Why would you set your affection on things that won't even matter a year from now, won't matter 6 months from now, but you focus your whole spirit on something that's temporary?
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense. But this is Philippians chapter 4, verse 6. It says, be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto the Most High. Right? It says, be careful for nothing. Like don't worry too much about what's going on right now. You get that new job, that new promotion, all of these things of the world. Be careful for not for these things. All right. It tells you in what was that, Wisdom of Solomon, that once you fear the Lord, let me get it real quick. You got it out.
I say yeah, don't be careful for nothing like that. Basically, like, yeah, don't worry about nothing, And the Lord know what we need, He knows good for us. As the scripture said in Romans 28:28, all days work good unto him that please the Lord, roughly paraphrasing. All right. So every day, no matter what situation we're in, the Lord is gonna do good by us,
God, I got it. This Wisdom of Solomon 6:14. It says, whoso seeketh her, which is talking about wisdom, whoso seeketh her early shall have no great travail, for he shall find her sitting at his doors, which is your mind. To think therefore upon her is perfection of wisdom, and whoso watcheth for her shall quickly be without care.
Yeah. You got it up. You go ahead.
Yeah. So the more you think about wisdom, the more you think about the kingdom, the brotherhood, the truth, you're going to be without care for the things of this world because they don't matter. They don't compare to the world to come. They don't compare to the promises that the Father gave us. And ultimately, they don't compare to the responsibility that we have to the Akim and to the body. All right. Jacob put more faith and diligence into serving Esau, serving monetary systems, serving, ultimately, the more you work in this society, the more taxes you pay. All right. You got Jakes that, I got to work 40 hours and work another 30 hours overtime, but you don't have time for the Lord. You got 80 hours a week, 70 hours a week for Esau and the Federal Reserve, but you don't have 3 hours a week for the Lord. Like that's super backwards, man.
Yeah. Well, I say you doing that for Esau, just receive crumbs, you know. But while hey, we doing this work, this righteous work, hey, we go see everything, this song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Esau has a society set up to where the more you work, the more he takes from you. Or you work 30 hours overtime, it's like, okay, that's more I could tax.
Yeah.
The Lord isn't like that. The more you serve the Lord, it multiplies, it magnifies. Every seed you sow is multiplied a hundredfold. You give the Lord a few hours, you know, he'll give you eternity. How do you beat a deal like that? Like you sacrifice a few hours and you get eternal life. Like what is Esau offering you uh, with a return like that? They got that term ROI, return on investment. What's a bigger return on investment than serving the Lord in Babylon the Great and getting an everlasting crown on your head? What
Yeah.
what compares to that?
Yeah.
Bitcoin, the stock market, you forex. Like, come on, man.
Even look at these old japes, that's like so called retired.
Yeah,
Like example, like my grandpa. My grandpa, he worked all his life. He got his own business, went to the military, and Jake still living in the projects, man. So
madness.
it's just tell you right there, like no matter what, no matter how hard you work, no how you try, no how many how you grind each day, you still not gonna get it. You're not gonna receive what you're trying to receive.
Yeah,
That's it.
madness.
Yeah.
Our people through.
Uh,
Did you have one?
uh, you get Sirach 32 verse 24.
Fine. 32 and 24.
Yeah, 32-24.
Fine. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 32, verse 24. It says, He that believeth in Yahweh taketh heed to the commandment, and he that trusteth in him shall never. Salaki, let me read that again. Sirach 32 and 24. He that believeth in Yahweh taketh heed to the commandment, and he that trusteth in him shall fare never the worse.
Cause the main point what that brother read is where it say he that trusted in him shall fare never the worse. Now we going to tell you what fare means basically like to go through. Basically it's another way of saying to go through. So basically in that scripture it say as long as we trust in the Lord, we never go through any worse, than what these Jakes going through, you know. Cause even like even right now, like we in we in the so called lower state, we still sustain, like we good, in a sense. While other Jakes like they got, you know, they in the bad end of the state, man. Jake dealing with baby mama drama and all that. Jake, there's a whole lot of shit Jake deal with that Lord keep us from, you know. Like sometimes we gotta be grateful that the Lord don't put us in certain things, like even just certain situations that the Lord didn't put us through. Hey, we grateful for that, you know.
Yeah. And Jake also got brothers got peace of mind. Going back to what spring 2020, the world lost their mind, and we were all excited. Like, man, this is it. We thought 2020 with the whole C-19 situation was gonna be that was Jacob's troubles coming, like right, but we were excited. The rest of these people were bugged out. So how much more when the actual deal goes down, and the electric grid is cut off, the monetary system cut off. Jake about to lose his mind, like completely. You could
Yeah.
see these people about to lose it, and we just looking forward to the kingdom.
Uh,
That's going to intensify as we get closer and closer to Yahweh Shai's return. It's going to become more and more hopeless for people that love this world, and it's going to become more and more hopeful for those that are waiting on the Lord's coming.
yeah. That's why even like the Lord, He takes certain days away from us. We might go through little trials and tribulations. Hey, ready to remind us that the hope in the kingdom. Not hope in this place. Say, Lord, do that. Like, only as you catch hell to, Lord, remind us, it's a temporary kingdom, man. You know,
Super temporary.
God. So you got
Uh,
something?
God, this 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse. I'm gonna start at 29. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none, and they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not. Which Apostle Paul is referencing Second Ezra 16, where it says those that, matter of fact, you can grab it right quick out 16 and started 40. But yeah, this is verse 31 in 1 Corinthians 7. It says, and they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. All right, the fashion of this world is clearly it's done, man. America's finished. All right, 90s R&B is not coming back. That G Unit mixtape run, that's not coming back. All right, the Bulls versus the Pistons is done, man. Jake trying to live in the past. Jake trying to bring up the past, trying to bring it back, bring back this place is finished, man. The spirit of this place is done. Even these wicked pagan holidays, they don't have that same pep. No one cares about Christmas anymore. No one cares about Valentine's Day is through. These women buy themselves cats. They buying their own flowers and chocolate. Like it's done. All right, the mirth of Babylon is gone, man.
So
yeah, you got it.
I got that Second Ezra. You want to start at 40?
Okay.
That's Second Ezra 16 verse 40.
You can start at 39. You can start at 39.
Verse 39. Even so shall the plagues be slack. Shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side.
Right. Sorrows are going to come on every side. All right. Financial, physical. All right. You got a pestilence. You got a diaper on your face. You worried about catching a pestilence. Then the dollar collapses. You worried about how you're going to feed your children. And then you got a mob of angry niggas. You got these white nationalists. All right. You're going to be worried about your physical health, your financial health, food, and dealing with mobs and gangs that are trying to kill you all at the same time. It says sorrow shall come upon it on every side. Keep going.
It said, "O my people, hear my word, make ye ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth."
Right. Be as pilgrims on the earth. Pilgrims don't have a 40-year plan for staying in one place. Pilgrims don't look at this specific land is mine. I own this block. I own this zip code. Jake getting their ward tattooed on their belly. I'm 3rd ward, nigga. 17th ward. Like we don't own anything here. This is not our rest. All right. Going back to Micah. So when you have the mind state of a pilgrim is thinking about what? My next destination. This is where I need to go. This is where I'm headed. We're not married to the idea of being American, African American. All right. Our home is in Jerusalem. That's where we're headed. Keep going.
Yeah. And even just bringing up that point, even going to it, it's still our mindset as well. Because even like certain like circumstances, they would be, it might change within a month or so. So it started mind as well. It started with the mind, being a pilgrim.
Gone.
Verse 41. He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose.
Right. You're not supposed to buy things with the intention of having it 30 years from now. You got the 10-year warranty. You got man, come on, Jake. You got to think now and really you should hasten to get out of here. You should hasten the collapse of this place. You shouldn't be thinking 40 years, 50 years. I want to see my grandchildren grow up. We want to see our children grow up in the kingdom. All right. We want our children raised in a righteous society where they can go outside and play. They can run for miles without you having to think about, somebody in a van, a creepy ass Edomite snatching them up. All right. That's our thoughts are on the kingdom of heaven, not this place. Keep going.
Basically, verse 41 is telling you, all you so-called business owners, you gonna lose that business that you got, And then like what it say, he that buyeth is one that will lose. Like everything you bought in this world is gonna be burnt up. So prepare to lose those things.
Yeah, we say this all the time. Akim, we're not taking anything into the kingdom, even our own bodies. All right. Everything in America is going to be completely burnt up. And the kingdom is going to be built from scratch. It's going to be all brand new everything, fresh everything. It's like when you rent a new spot, some of them come with furniture in them, some of them come bare. We building the kingdom from the ground up, starting with these heathen that are going to be doing the manual labor. Obviously, we're not going to lift a finger, but these heathen, they're going to build the kingdom from the ground up, man. Jake got to get out of this. Jake coming to the truth and really think that the kingdom of heaven is going to be like America, but with Negroes ruling instead of Edomites. All right, the kingdom has nothing to do with America. There's going to be a whole new setup from the ground up, and that's the mentality you need to have. You need to start thinking like a king, start thinking like an architect. All right, these people are going to be doing the manual labor. We're going to be dealing with the plans, the blueprints, the structure, the grand scheme of things. That's the mindset you need to have. You got it.
God, yeah, we ain't gonna have no jobs in the kingdom, Jake. Come on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about too, right?
Yeah, we're not gonna have jobs. It's not gonna be McDonald's. It's not gonna be a Democrat. Like, we're not gonna have a democracy with Negroes getting elected. No, it's gonna be a theocracy. It's gonna be the Most High, His only begotten Son, King David, and the 12 tribes of Israel ruling on thrones.
That's right.
42.
Verse 42. He that occupieth merchandise, as he that have no profit by it, and he that buildeth, as he that shall not dwell therein.
Right. We're not gonna be like, if you're building a house right now, you're not gonna live there forever. You're not gonna watch your kids grow up in the house you're in, man. All hell's gonna break loose. We're gonna be on the move. We just read we're gonna be as pilgrims on the earth. So you having an affinity for this particular neighborhood. Oh, I like this part of town. It's 5 minutes away from my job. Your house is gonna get burnt up, and your job is gonna get burnt up. So why are you putting your affection? Going back to that Colossians, you don't lay your affections on things upon the earth because it's about to get burnt up.
And he that soweth, as he should not reap.
Read it again.
I'll say, he that soweth as if he should not reap. So also he that planteth the vineyard, as he that shall not gather the grapes.
Right, and that's physical, that's literal, but also it's figurative. When you sow seeds and you plant seeds, meaning different enterprises and devices that you have in this society, you have to understand that you're not going to reap these things. All right, if you get a job that requires you to, even if it's something that deals with entrepreneurship, you have to get what you can get now, your daily bread. You can't think about, okay, 20 years from now, this is going to be this, and then we do the marketing here. You can't be making super long-term plans in the kingdom. And a lot of times it can be vexing. If you're a person that's has a ruling class mentality and a kingly mindset, of course you want to make long-term plans because that's how kingdoms are built. All right, you think about this, how does this affect this? How does that affect that? But then you find yourself in a situation where everything's going to get cut off. So you can't make plans in this world based on 10 years from now, 20 years from now. You have to reset your mind and start thinking, okay, this is what I can get right now. This is going to benefit the camp. This is going to take too much time away from doing the work. So I need to cut this off. You need to start thinking in terms of, how can I prosper in the truth? How can I prosper in the faith and not in this world? You got it out.
Yeah, so also, remind yourself that eventually all this is gonna be destroyed. You're gonna lose those things.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
Fine.
Verse 44. They that marry, as they that shall get no children, and they that marry not, as the widowers.
Right. You're not supposed to be in the truth talking about you looking for a Bay, you looking for a Judith, you looking for a Sarah, and you're gonna grow old while you serving the Lord in Babylon the Great. You're gonna be a family man, Israelite. That's brothers have kids before they come into the truth, and kids can become a hindrance, to doing the work. They're very time consuming. Women are time consuming. You need to be as though, read it again. It's gonna say.
Can I say, they that marry, as they that shall not get no children, and they that marry not, as the widowers.
Yeah, you got to be in the mind state of, I'm not trying to build a family here, which again is counterintuitive. If you're a righteous man, of course, what was the first commandment given to man? Be fruitful and multiply. That's in our spirit. That's in our flesh. That's in our spirit and our flesh, to be fruitful and multiply, to have a bunch of kids. But to procreate right now, right before Jacob's trouble, right before a famine, and you're trying to be a family man and have a bunch of kids, is bugged out. All right, it tells you in Ecclesiastes 3, there's a time and a place for everything. There's a season for everything under the sun. And right now we're not in the time of being this great family man Israelite. That's just not that ain't it, Jake. Keep going.
And therefore they that labor in vain.
Plain, man. Everything we do outside of the truth is in vain because it's all going to be destroyed. But going back to Revelation 14, our works in this truth follow us. Whether we make it to the kingdom in one piece or we have to get decapitated or martyred, regardless, if you're of the elect, your works that you're doing in Babylon the Great are actually going to pay off 100-fold in the kingdom. Everything outside of that is, what are you doing? There's no amount of overtime at your job that's going to benefit you in the kingdom of heaven. What are you thinking, Jake?
Con. Yeah. Want me to keep going?
No, that's it on that.
I keep going now because that's gonna tell you, hey, why we're not supposed to,
Oh,
hey, you know. Verse 46. For strangers shall reap their fruits and spoil their goods, overthrow their houses, and take their children captives. And for in captivity and famine shall they get children. So yeah, basically that's everything in a nutshell. Like you're not supposed to focus on try to be a businessman, no family man, and all this, cause all that's gonna go away, right? Sooner or later, hey, people be riled up trying to take those things, from you. All right, it's all gonna be destroyed, and eventually, hey, it's gonna be burnt up. All right, I'm read down to verse 47. That they that occupy their merchandise with robbery, and the more they deck their cities, their houses, their possessions, and their own persons, the more out, the more will I be angry with them for their sins, said the Lord. Yeah, that backs up the point you were saying earlier. Like people think, oh, golly is gain. They think, the more they gain, the more the Lord loved them and whatnot. But hey, it's as it said in this scripture right here. Hey, no, the Lord hates that. Because hey, the more you gain, the less time you have for the Lord. You know.
Yeah. And this is a scripture that a lot of these other camps don't like because they're trying to use the truth to make merchandise out of their congregation. All right, which we don't have to say any names, even though it's obvious. All right, IUIC for starters, but really all these other camps they're trying to build something here and tell their congregation that it's about gain in Babylon. It's about having the fanciest garment. It's about having a business. That it's wicked because on the one hand we're very industrious people. A lot of Jakes are entrepreneurs, and it's a righteous thing again to be fruitful and multiply. So it's wicked to take something that's righteous in a certain season and then apply it to now, right before all hell breaks loose. It's just the same thing with mirth. There's nothing wicked about Israelites coming together and having a good time. Brothers fellowship, we party. But to push that as what the ministry is about right before Jacob's trouble is wicked. Okay, you're taking something that's righteous in a certain context and using it out of context to make money off of people that don't know any better. Jake coming out of the world, coming into Israel, they're learning, okay, we're the Israelites, we're the chosen people, we're the salt of the earth. So of course we should do business with one another. We should have a good time and party. No, we're the chosen people, and we broke the covenant of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So we're under curses. We're in a punishment right now, and he's about to deliver those of us that repent. Okay, that's the whole story. You can't just nitpick the parts of Israel that make you feel good about yourself, that make you want to serve your flesh. All right, this is about sacrifice ultimately. The Lord requires a sacrifice, Jake. All right, that's one of the first lessons you read the Bible. The Lord is very specific about requiring sacrifice. So that includes sacrificing the things that you want in this society so that you could reap the benefits in the world to come.
Mm-hmm.
You got it out.
Yeah. You got something else out?
Uh, I had something, but it kind of passed.
Uh,
Yeah, shalom to the brother Wadja. Yahbashim
uh,
Yahshabrakatah.
hey, shalom, Mike. Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, I read that. Yeah, that's good. I mean, we could keep going on this topic because it really goes into loving the world.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to that James, when you love the world, you're at enmity with Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
But I brought this out. A point has been made. You got it.
Yeah, that's all I had.
Okay, you can
Okay.
take us out.
All right, with that, hey, hopefully this lesson was edifying. All right, and basically, hey, stop worrying about try to obtain this world. And only thing we need to worry about is trying to be the first to obtain the kingdom, the things of the kingdom of heaven. All right. Now, before we end this video, we want to give all praises to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Hashem,
Bahashem, Yahweh
Shah,
Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash.
the Miles of Apostle Els of GMS, and peace and mercy to all elect. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.